tonight we're here to present, for the first time ever, the Data Center and Cloud Infrastructure Person of the Year Award to Mr. Bobbie Rizer.
Bobbie was the force behind the committees of the task force's 2010 launch to provide a strong collective voice for the region's data center community and to educate legislators, Governor McDonald and now Governor McAuliffe, and the Commonwealth's administration on the economic contributions of data centers. Bobbie's enthusiasm for data centers as an economic driver is, as you all know, unparalleled and contagious. In 2012, following a year-long advocacy effort led by Bobbie, NVTC, and our data center community, the Virginia General Assembly passed legislation extending Virginia's data center sales tax exemption to include data centers and tenants when they collectively invest over $150 million and create 50 or more high-paying jobs at a data center facility. I repeat, 8 data centers have entered into MOUs under this Virginia incentive program, along with 50 tenants. And to no one's surprise, 5 of these data centers and 47 of the tenants are in Loudoun County. Thank you, Bobbie. And just ask him about the economic impact and the tax revenue, as your supervisor, the economic impact and tax revenue that these investments continue to provide to Loudoun. Bobbie has recently agreed to join our NVTC Board of Directors as an honorary member, and we're looking forward, Bobbie, to learning from your expertise and insights.
Many of us talk about what it's like to reinvent yourself, but talk about, an incredible reinvention. I mean, Bobbie has, almost single-handedly created a category for what good government looks like, how public policy and business come together to do really great things and strike an incredible balance between the needs of citizenry, the needs of business, the needs of government. And, fortunately, he's so good at it that everybody, who has a job like Bobbie's around the country is working furiously to try to model everything that Bobbie and Loudoun County have done over the past few years. And but what I'm amazed at is, rarely do you find someone who is so incredibly devoted, talented, dedicated, creative, but also has shown those qualities in multiple facets of Bobbie 1.0, Bobbie 2.0. I'm not sure which version we're in right now. But I can speak personally, having had the opportunity, and you have the mantle to carry now that Bobbie and I had with the committee. But Bobbie would be off in Russia, Korea, responding to emails in the middle of the night, coming up with creative ideas, twisting the arms of the speakers that we're trying to get for the next big event, coming up with ways to get authors to come and support us in our events. And I can tell you, I've been amazed, Bobbie, by your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion and your dedication. And that's not something that's unique to my experience. It's something that everybody here in this room, and I'm sure everybody throughout your life, whether in 1.0 or 2.0, has experienced. And personally, I'm grateful. I'm proud to call you a friend and a colleague. And as someone who's done business here in the county, you've done wonderful things for our business, just like everybody else here. And nobody deserves this more. And all I can ask is, stay with Bobbie 2.0 for a while longer, because we need you. But I can't wait to see what the next version is. Congratulations.
Just to tell you how much we as a Board of Supervisors, a 9-member body that govern the county, think of Bobbie, we've been in office since January of 2012, and we've actually promoted Bobbie twice already. Now we've kind of probably reached the ceiling now that he's leading our entire effort on economic development. But really, Bobbie's ascension and what he's done here matched up so well with the Board of Supervisors that was elected, because we were elected on a platform of making Loudoun more business friendly, of taking a hard look at our zoning ordinances, our comp plan, thinking about what we can do to attract more business here, and we had a real gem already in the county in Bobbie Rizer. And so what we've tried to do is, to some extent, free Bobbie a little bit. Give him some freedom, give him some budget, give him some staff to go out and do what we need to do to make Loudoun County not only one of the best places to live in America, but also one of the best places to work and have a business in America. And we think that we're making great progress in a very short period of time on that. Now, speaking of when we were going through the process and the opportunity came for us to hire a new director, I can distinctly remember a conversation I had with you, Jim, one night at a restaurant, and Jim said, well, you know, there's an opening, Buddy's going to get the job, right? And I said, well, you know, we're a government. We can't just give somebody a job. We've got to have a nationwide search, and we pride ourselves in Loudoun for the way we operate. We're a very transparent, open government. And so we did have a nationwide search, and we actually had some very strong candidates. But there was no candidate that could top Buddy Rizer for us. We looked at what had been done in the data center industry, and not to put pressure on Buddy, but we started thinking about all of our other clusters, because although data centers are extremely important to us, no question, $65 million a year in revenue right now, thereabouts, they aren't the only sector for us. And so what we wanted to do was put Buddy's creativity and talent to work across all of our clusters, aerospace, biomedical, and all the other things that we're working on. And if you look at where we are as a county, the type of population growth we've had, the decision the Board of Supervisors made to become part of the Silver Line project, so the metro stations we have coming, it's a perfect time to have somebody like Buddy leading our efforts to think outside the box and to think inside the box and start doing some of the things that we need to do to become more competitive. The next big thing for the Board of Supervisors, for Loudoun County and for Buddy, is the initiative that we've launched for foreign direct investment. And already we're seeing some of that coming into the county. We're seeing some companies from Germany, France, elsewhere. But the Board of Supervisors in January will be considering a new international recruitment strategy that Buddy is leading and spearheading, and that will be the next thing for us. Our friends in Fairfax County have been very active all over the world for a long time. We haven't been able to do that in Loudoun, but we've made the case to our public, and we need to continue to do that to make investment in economic development, and it really does pay dividends. But I've been impressed from day one with the way that Buddy operates, the way that he manages his staff, the optimism. Let me tell you, in government, it can be hard sometimes. It really can. You know, and you guys in the data center industry have seen this. We went through a process in the county where we codified data centers as part of our zoning ordinance, and it wasn't always a fun process for everybody. There were members of the public that came out and had concerns. And so, you know, we had to work through that, figure out the best thing to do, to figure out what made sense for you and our residents. But Buddy always maintained the sense of calm, the sense of mission and purpose, and the optimism that ultimately we get to the right place. And we did. We were also able to expand the buy right availability of data centers, the efforts that Buddy led with our staff to, for instance, make data centers a buy right use in the PDGI, the General Industrial Zoning District, is huge, because that opens up a lot of land without having to go through an expensive and timely, lengthy process for us. You can get it done in a more timely manner. Those are the sorts of things that we're always looking at, and Buddy has always been quick to take that initiative. So on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, I couldn't be more delighted to have Buddy as the Person of the Year. I would say you've been with the county, I think, 7 years, so I think you pretty much clinched Person of the Decade in the data center industry. But I can't wait to see what's next for us together working as a team. So congratulations.
There's only a few people that you maybe hear about in your life that actually go by, you know, one name. I mean, you think about it yourself. Maybe what's the first one that comes to mind? Madonna. Cher. Pele, great one. How about Elvis? How about Bono? How about Oprah? Anybody else? Prince, a great one. He actually went by a symbol for a while. That was such a good one. Any other one name, folks? Sting, great one. Well, in our industry, in the data center and cloud industry, there is only one person that goes by one name, and he is our Person of the Year, Buddy Rizer.
This is a real honor. I'm humbled beyond words, and humble is probably an understatement for how I'm feeling right now. As I was listening to all the incredibly nice things that were said about me, one thing just kept coming to my mind, and that's that I'm incredibly underpaid for what I do.
Everybody's looking at me now.
Yes. But really beyond that, the opportunity to work twice in your life on something that you're incredibly passionate about is something that I believe makes me one of the luckiest people in the world. You know, I did spend the first part of my adult life in what was then called radio. Not sure what you call it now, but it's completely different. And I loved that. I loved every day of that. It was the most exciting, most wonderful thing that I could ever imagine doing. But when I knew that was over, I wasn't sad about it. I was happy about it. And I did think, well, what do I want to do next? How do I find that next passion? Because I exist on passion. I love what I do, and I want to do it in a way that, you know, does lift things. And when I came to Loudoun County, we identified data centers as something that would really be possible for us to really excel at. We started looking at the way of doing that, and how would we do that? I threw myself into it. I started taking classes on data centers, and I went to every conference, and I met as many people as I possibly could, because I knew that to succeed in this industry, I'd have to be able to speak your language. So I took that very seriously. I went out and tried to know what was important to you, and then bring that experience back to the supervisors and county administration and say, this is what we need to deliver for them. It's the time to market, it's the ease of process, it's the certainty of getting through what you need to get through. But I didn't do this alone, and I certainly have a great group of people that I work with. I have a great group of people that I work for, and I have a great group of people that have been supporting me along the way. When I look out and I see the faces in this room, I see friends. I mean, people that I've really got to know on a personal level and as a friend. And you know, it's humbling to me to know that I can call on these people for any number of things, and that they're going to be there for me. And I appreciate that beyond words. This has been a great experience for me. You know, I accept this on behalf of our Board of Supervisors. I accept this on behalf of the Loudoun County government, and I accept this on behalf of all of you. I'm going to keep it in my office, but feel free to visit anytime you want to. But thank you so much. This has been a great night for me, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.